IPS, and also through the P3 Tips app. This was the news update on 1017 The Truth. The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next here on the new 1017 The Truth.
Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
This is The Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. Now, I'm asking the mayor and the common council president and the common council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
Now it's sure. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212. What was that? What was the wave up? Because you know what I'm about to talk about, right? All right, so here's the deal. We're talking about Donald Trump today. We're talking about the DT, the other DT, the male. No, we're not even calling him DT. We're just going to talk about Donald Trump. Yes, Kyle, go ahead, Kyle. No, go ahead. Get it out your system. Because then you'll be texting me and then we'll just be having an ongoing argument for the next 2 weeks. So rather than do it, I'm gonna talk about Donald Trump because some of the things that are happening to him are exactly what I talked about, that Black people have to be careful of when it happens. Because if they'll go after a white male billionaire, real estate mogul, former president, and do all this stuff to stop him from running, they'll do it to us. They'll do it to someone who's lesser. For instance, what's that dude's name? Who's the New York? Is it Garcia? Who's the New York dude who used to be the cross-dresser and had the kiting scheme and stole money from people and all that, and he's a congressman. Well, his constituents voted for him, so we're going to allow him. What? He's a criminal. But yet, they let him stay in office. But at least they proved that he was a criminal, right? You understand what I'm saying? Might have been a misdemeanor or something, but. So now, see, I knew he couldn't stay away. So now, you have Donald Trump, who may get charged. And everybody's happy. Oh my God, it's great. Donald Trump's going to get charged. No, I'm not in the Trump camp. Oh my God, Donald Trump, he did this and he did that. And I go, okay, where's the proof? So here's the issue I have. The U.S. attorney under President Joseph Biden refused to go after Donald Trump. Looked at the charge and said, this is not illegal. His attorney at the time, Michael Cohen, who actually made the $150,000, $180,000 payment, whatever it was, $130,000, really, for the prostitute? Like, really? She wasn't a prostitute. She was a partier. She's a party girl. Come on, man. She just picked her up at a party. Anyway, the 130 per the director of content, Kyle Wallace, the $130,000 prostitute, and that's over time. That's a lot of money. He did not direct his lawyer to pay it. His lawyer paid it. And so now they can't find out where the money came from because the lawyer, Michael Cohen, decided on his own to make the payment. And there's testimony that Trump did not tell him to pay it. Now they're saying, well, he got reimbursed. He might have asked to get reimbursed, but did he get reimbursed? There's no record that he got reimbursed. If there is, it'll come out in trial. But the kicker is this. U.S. Attorney, the U.S. Department of Justice, the United States Election Commission, the Southern District of New York, federal court, the U.S. Attorney for the state of New York, Southern District, refused to prosecute because he said it's not a crime. Like paying someone to keep them quiet is not a crime. Well, if you paid it for the fact that you were running for office, the lawyer paid it. He didn't pay it. Was the lawyer reimbursed from personal money, or was he even reimbursed? They've already looked into all of that. The feds have already said this is a non-issue. People on the news, MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, everybody's like, what is Alvin Bragg doing? You're trumping something up, pun intended, to go after Trump. And then I thought about that, and so I would ask people, oh yeah, it's good they get him. I said, are you letting your bias feed what's right, just like you let your bias feed talking about Wuhan? Oh my God, that's racist, only to find out later that's exactly where COVID-19 came from. At what point will we start to recognize that the system that we don't trust did this? The system was able to hide it, give you false information, give you wrong information, play on your bias to say something was wrong when it ended up being right. And you have to be careful, because if they'll do it to Donald Trump, who is a white male of Germanic descent, billionaire, former president, and real estate mogul, and TV star, if they'll do it to him, you and I don't stand a chance. We have got to, as Black people, remove our bias so we can see people and see what people are telling us clearly. It's like I say in my open, if you vote one way and then the one way loses and you're stuck with nothing, what did it get you? If you believe it because people jazz you up, because you hate one person, what's to stop them from doing that to you? Look at all the Black people. You remember a guy named Marvin Pratt that the Democratic machine in the state of Wisconsin and the city of Milwaukee and the Milwaukee County destroyed? They couldn't find anything on Marvin Pratt that they went after him because his wife didn't pay a parking ticket, was late paying a gas bill. I told somebody that's who I want in office because they at least understand how common people live. Not the high and mighty Tom Barrett, who did absolutely nothing for the Black community, only to get his predecessor, who does absolutely nothing for the Black community. But you know how I get your eye off that? I say one name, Donald Trump. And everybody's bias comes out and they start looking at that and they forget about the fact that we've got businesses coming into Wisconsin, not building in Milwaukee. We've got businesses coming into Milwaukee, but not building in our neighborhood. But then you challenge me this morning to say, well, what solutions do you have? When you should be talking to the people that you elected to actually have solutions. What do I think is going to happen in the city of Milwaukee? You know, I thought about that a lot after doing Sherwin's show this morning and talking to Tori Lowe. You know what? Hey, beats me.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 1017 The Truth.
This is 1017 The Truth's Tori Lowe, and I am Milwaukee. The Tori Lowe Show has become a resource for the community. I enjoy having open, on-air discussions about what we can do to regroup, rethink the Black man, the Black woman, and the Black child. This show is about that action, and I want all the smoke. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the new 1017 The Truth, Milwaukee Black Talk.
Hey, we got a big Wisconsin Supreme Court race this spring, and whoever wins will have a huge say over your freedom to vote, your freedom to make healthcare decisions, your freedom to have fair representation. So please listen to the advice from Drew Holiday and Brooke Lopez of our Milwaukee Bucks, and make sure you vote in the general election on April 4th.
Hey, Wisconsinites, Drew Holiday here.
And Brooke Lopez here.
I want you to make sure you register to vote.
It's more important now than ever because politicians are trying to restrict our freedom to vote.
I think I know why.
They're worried about our power.
So they want to take it away.
Don't let them do that.
You've got to block that shot.
So please register to vote and get out to vote. Just go to myvote.wi.gov.
myvote.wi.gov.
Defend your right to vote and exercise your freedom to vote.
Paid for by the Wisconsin Democracy Campaign, wisdc.org, which is solely responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
It's tax season, and sometimes this time of year can cause anxiety and stress. But don't trip. Here are a few truth tax tips from Notable Income Tax and Accounting. Make sure you look at your tax return as your personal financial statement for the year. Your tax refund will never be the same as someone else's. If you're making money, you're paying taxes. And don't file your taxes too early. Make sure you have all tax reporting documents. Notable Income Tax and Accounting is your guide to financial success. Visit notabletax.com.
Excited for a road trip?